I'm going to share with you a case report. I'm so excited about this particular case report because this woman was a 42-year-old patient who came to me after being worked up at Stanford Medical Center for 2 years with progressive condition of follicular lymphoma, stage 3. This is a cancer where you get these, she had lemon-sized tumors all throughout her body. They had delayed trying to treat her with chemotherapy and radiation because treatment for this condition sucks. It's not very effective. So they don't rush in and do it because you end up killing a lot of people with treatment, and it doesn't really increase all-cause survival. So they had monitored, but finally it got to the point she felt so badly. Her primary doctor was saying, okay, it's time for treatment. She asked her doctor about diet changes. Would vegetarian diet help? He said, no, diet's not related to this condition. It doesn't matter what you eat. Eat anything you want.
Right. The blood circulating through the bodies of vegans has nearly 8 times the stopping power when it comes to cancer cell growth.
And so the oncologist at Stanford also said it was time to think about treatment. She asked about alternative treatments. He said there weren't any alternative treatments. She said, what about the people that said fasting could be helpful? And he said, well, there's a lot of criminals and a lot of quacks out there, and you know. So anyway, with that encouragement, she came to our center. She fasted for 21 days. During that 21-day fast, her tumors disappeared. We could not find any trace of any one of her tumors. She refed for 10 days. She went back to the oncologist at Stanford, and she said he did the double take because he was examining her, looking at the chart, looking at the picture on the chart, looking at her, trying to find the tumors, and finally he said, what happened? And she says, well, I went to the criminal quacks and I did the fasting and the tumors all disappeared. And he said, really? Well, I'm going to have to give them a call. But at 2 months and 3 months and 6 months and 9 months, everything continued to improve, and her white count normalized, and now we have a 12-month follow-up, of course she's gone from, if you look at the chart, these are the CT scans. You can see the mass here, disappeared, and here. And if you look at this chart, you'll notice that her weight dropped from 81 kilograms to 59 over the course of 12 months, and BMI dropped. So what has she been doing? Complying. She's been following the diet, doing the right stuff. And so we wrote this up, and we submitted this to the British Medical Journal, because British Medical Journal is one of the top impact journals in the world, and we thought, well, that would be nice if they would publish that. And they accepted it for review, which was interesting, and they sent it to the reviewers, and one of the reviewers said, well, it's really interesting, but I don't believe it. I'd like to see the imaging studies. So we sent these imaging studies here, and then he said, well, that's interesting, and they sent it on to yet another reviewer who's an expert in lymphoma, and after a long battle, they decided that they were going to publish it. And next week, in the British Medical Journals, we will have this report is coming out. So we just got the proofs. It looks